right, sit back and enjoy it. 2 hours of boxing action for you on ESPN2's Friday Night Fights. To kick things off, we'll start with a 4-round bout. For the introductions, here is our ring announcer, Dean Calabrese.
Ladies and gentlemen, live from the Tropicana showroom at the Tropicana Casino and Resort in Atlantic City, New Jersey. D-Lee Promotions in association with the Tropicana Casino and Resort and your king of knockouts, no defeats and 2 draws. Ladies and gentlemen, presenting Rose the Bomb Johnson.
Part of the crowd here at the Tropicana as Rose the Bomb Johnson and Margaret Sideroff come to the center of the ring for the introductions. Let's take a look at the rules. The unified rules used in the state of New Jersey. 10-point must system. No 3 knockdown rule. No standing 8 count. Fighter cannot be saved by the bell in any round. An accidental headbutt, they'll go to the scorecards after half of the rounds are completed. And there you get a look at Rose the Bomb Johnson from Rockville, Maryland, 34 years of age. Began boxing in January of 1997. Loves the competition. She is 2-0-2 with 1 knockout in her career. And now that is something you do not see very often in the women's game, southpaw.
Yeah, there are not that many. And what you do see is so often is somebody 34 with only a couple of bouts. Women's boxing has just gotten popular enough for a lot of women to be involved, and so often they are older. Good counter punch, but Sideroff walks right through it.
And Sideroff with a hook to the midsection. Sideroff, 25 years of age, in her second professional bout. She is 1-0 with 1 knockout.
Johnson negates her left-handed stance by squaring herself up, opening herself up to her opponent, and that was when Sideroff was able to land the good straight right hand.
Sideroff did a lot of preparation before fighting a southpaw. Remember now, in women's boxing, they are 2-minute rounds. They're not 3-minute rounds. Oh, wow. Johnson got hit with a right hand and went set to the canvas. Referee Al Huggins with the count.
She squared herself up, which is what I mentioned earlier, and Sideroff took advantage.
Cannot be saved by the bell in any round under the unified rules. Good hook to the body by Sideroff.
See Rose Johnson in between being a lefty and a righty, and instead she's really nothing. She's standing squaring herself up, and Sideroff is able to land those lead right hands.
Final 10 seconds of round number 1, scheduled for 4. Margaret Sideroff has sent Rose Johnson to the canvas. Back to Atlantic City after this timeout on the deep.
Margaret Sideroff took advantage of the fact that Rose Johnson squared herself up and left herself wide open. And as she wailed away, Sideroff came with a nice right hand, bounced off the temple, and got the equilibrium of Rose Johnson, sent her down. And she's trying to do the same thing in this round.
And round number 2 underway. Punches in bunches from Sideroff. Take a look at the numbers in round 1, and I think Johnson's hurt again.
Sideroff throwing 52, landing a little bit more than Johnson. Rose Johnson trying to work on the inside. See, look at how she squares up. She's just squaring up in front of her opponent and doesn't take advantage of being a lefty.
Spacious ring, 21 feet by 21 feet inside the ropes. Plenty of room to roam, but this fight has been contested in small quarters. And again, the right hand of Sideroff finds the mark.
The defensive problems of Rose Johnson are many, and Sideroff is a better technician and throws her punches straighter, and all of that is what's creating her edge in this bout. Edge is the understatement.
Yeah, Rose Johnson very tired too. And you know, let's credit Sideroff too. She's done some nice body work on the inside.
Her punches are very short and compact. There you see her work the uppercut. And both obviously are women at the early stages of their career. So both are in the learning process, but Sideroff much sharper with her punches. And I don't know if this one is going to go the distance. I'm not sure it's going to get out of this round.
Sideroff, 25 years of age. 1-0 with 1 knockout. Johnson in the black is 2-0-2 with 1 knockout. She is 34. Final seconds of round number 2. Johnson looking to respond. Sideroff lets fly. And that is the end of round number 2. Margaret Sideroff goes to her corner. Trainer's name, Greg Price.
You put on her after the
Our round card girls, ladies and gentlemen, are brought to you by Hooters. Hooters restaurant right here on the ground level of resorts. Scenic views from every table. It's Hooters.
Now the fight has been stopped now. Margaret Sideroff getting instructions, but that is it. Rose Johnson not able to continue, and now she took a pounding. And Margaret Sideroff, the 25-year-old from Windsor, Ontario, goes to 2-0.
She has good skills. Rose Johnson, obviously, very much in the learning curve. Her defense was a problem. But the one thing Margaret Sideroff showed is very compact punches, short punches, and she was able to work on the inside very effectively. A happy young lady. Why not?
Well, the 25-year-old from Windsor, Ontario, gets her second stoppage in as many professional bouts. She knocked Rose Johnson down with a right hand off the temple in round number 1 and continued to control things in round number 2 and did a very good job. She had a lot of respect for Rose Johnson coming in, but she took care of her business. And I guess all that extra work going against a southpaw like Rose Johnson is paid off.
It helped her, and Johnson helped her out a little bit by squaring up and not really being a southpaw. For Sideroff, who had a 13-0 amateur record, this is a very big win for her, second as a pro, and I think this young lady has a future in women's boxing because you can tell she's still learning, and you have to like anybody, man or woman, who throws short, compact punches.
Let's send it up to our ring announcer, Dean Calabrese, with the official stoppage of the fight.
Ladies and gentlemen, referee Al Huggins holds the call at the bout. And their winner after the second round by not entering the bell is Mean Margaret Sideroff.
So Margaret Sideroff does a very good job. Rose Johnson does not answer the bell to start round number 3, and she improves to 2-0. Her second stoppage. More from Atlantic City, New Jersey after this timeout on ESPN2's Friday Night Fights. One more look at Margaret Sideroff.